of the kids who was involved Jewishly growing up in everything. Through the end of high school, I had been in Hebrew school since I was 3, Jewish sleepaway camp since I was 8, youth group since I was 10. I was the super Jew among my group of friends, and during a semester at Hebrew University in my junior year of college, with Jews from all different backgrounds and not just the Reform ones that I had grown up with, I found that I discovered a whole lot less than I thought I did growing up. So 2 years after Jamie and I got married, when we both were unexpectedly in transition at the same time, we made the decision to study at Pardes for the year. And we didn't bring a whole lot with us. We had a few suitcases of clothing, some books, our computer, or one computer, I remember, way back then, basic supplies that we had. Throughout our experience that year, I came to realize how incredibly blessed that we were to have the opportunity to learn just for fun, without the pressure of tests or papers. And I tried to soak up everything that I could through classes, both daytime and nighttime, tiulim, taking ulpan in the city, and fully appreciating walking to and from classes in the dead of winter wearing a t-shirt. At the end of the year, in 2006, I looked down in my suitcase and I was struck by the things that I was bringing home with me that I had not previously had in my suitcase on the way there. I had a small silver intricate yad that I purchased as a gift to myself in celebration of learning how to chant Torah for the first time since my bat mitzvah. I didn't just memorize the tune from a tape that I was given, I actually learned the trope itself. And I learned it well, because as my teacher, Elisa Perlman, taught, when you're a woman chanting Torah, you need to do it twice as well as any man, because you just don't have the luxury of making the mistakes that he does. I brought home with me the quill, the ink, and the cloth that I purchased in the middle of Me'asharim for the Megillat Esther that I was in the middle of writing. I had the X-Acto knife and assorted pencils from the paper cutting class that I took, which combined with my scribal arts class allowed me to create 2 ketubot for friends and family. I brought home a siddur entirely in Hebrew that I could use to follow the service, even if I couldn't understand it all. And perhaps most importantly, I brought home an ownership of my tradition. By the end of the year, I could walk into any bookstore in Jerusalem and confront that sea of shiny gold spines, and I actually had a frame of reference for how to understand what was in front of me. Bava Kama, Mishnah Torah, Yoreh De'ah, Ibn Ezra. Before my year at Pardes, they all looked pretty, but it was as foreign to me as looking under the hood of a car. After a year in the Beit Midrash, I had a sense of how to categorize these things in my mind, and I realized that I, too, am a part of this chain of tradition. I found that I could discover meaning from these books, and that I own these texts and this tradition just as much as the men with long beards sitting by candlelight hundreds of years ago. After returning home, I found my way here to Mayim Chaim, which, by the way, if you have not been here before, I would be very happy to offer you a tour after the program quickly tonight. First as a volunteer mikvah guide, and then joining the staff full-time, and ultimately serving as executive director for the past 5 years. We had 3 kids of our own, and after that I went on to carry a baby for a Jewish couple from London who struggled to become parents for 7 years. At one point, Jamie and I founded an independent minyan in our town of Sharon, too. My experience at Pardes has informed and enriched all of these things. Pardes, along with my training in social work and involvement in the Jewish community, gave me both the text and the people skills necessary for being successful at these things. Except for the parenting thing. That one is questionable at best. Though I do suppose that I would have been probably even worse off without Pardes on that one. Because of Pardes, I was able to adapt our mikvah guide training curriculum for a national audience, infusing it with additional texts and content. I learned that deep Jewish content can be meaningful for those who have strong text skills and Jewish backgrounds, and for those who have never had any formal Jewish education. Because of Pardes, I expanded my understanding of many of the nuances and sensitivities that exist within the Jewish community, and I was able to build a relationship with an Orthodox rabbi who ultimately signed on to certify our collection and immersion pools as kosher, allowing us to open our doors even wider for the greater Boston Jewish community. Because of Pardes, We chose to name our daughter up at the Torah on Shavuot, a ceremony that held even deeper meaning for us on the heels of our year in Jerusalem. Because of Pardes, we have deep angst for all that we're not giving to our children in the way of Jewish education. Angst, I suppose, is, and maybe should be in some way at the heart of all we strive to give to our children. Because of Pardes, I was able to navigate the complicated and intricate political world of Jewish surrogacy, giving me both an appreciation for why halakha mattered as part of the process and the tools to navigate it all. And because of Pardes, I know that the virtual suitcase that I still carry with me each day will continue to expand in the future, and that Pardes will continue to shape my life in ways that I can't even imagine today.